To the licence panel meeting held today on Tuesday, the 11th of March 2025. I will ask the attendee to introduce herself. I'll start on my right.
Yeah, hi, Mike Skelton, Senior Licensing Officer.
Craig Hayward, Licensing Officer, Kirklees Council.
Jason Bethel, West Yorkshire Trading Standards.
Richard Woodhead, West Yorkshire Police Licensing.
And yourselves?
Last Karim.
Last Kareem. And is your friend representing you?
Yeah, I'm just a friend. To be honest, the reason I'm here, he's got difficulty with the language, and that is the reason that I'm here, to support him with language.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
And on my left, on the panel are... Sorry, before I ask James, before you come in, could I have your name, please, sir?
Shalau Abdullah. Shalau. That's my first name, yes.
Can you spell it, please? Shalam?
Yeah, Shalau. Sierra H-A-L-A-W. Shalau. Surname is Abdullah.
Thank you.
Councillor Donna Bellamy, part of licensing panel.
And Jane Ryler, Kirklees Councillor and part of the panel.
Tahir Hanif, Legal Advisor.
Nicola Sylvester, Principal Governance Officer.
And my name is Eric First, and I'll be chairing the meeting today. Can I just ask that all yourselves and the applicants have received a letter regarding the procedure and the hearing and how it goes today? Have we had a letter?
The licensing hearing procedure.
Have we had a have we had a letter from licensing regarding the procedure that will be held today?
He's aware of it, yes.
He has?
Yeah, and I think he received an email.
Could you please press the button?
Yeah, I think you received an email confirming today's appointment.
Right. So you're well aware of what's happening today?
To be honest, he's not aware of what's exactly happening today, but he knew that he had an appointment coming down here today.
Right, he will be shortly. Thank you very much. Now, there is a formal agenda. Before we go on to that, I have to go back to the last meeting and do this part formally, so if you bear with me. We've already got membership of the panel. Are there any interest in item 2? Donna, Jane, any interest? No? Admission of the public. We've got yourself assisting the objector. Item 4, deputations and petitions.
None received, Chair.
Item 5, public question time.
None received, Chair.
So we do go on to the item 6, which is application for the review of premises licence of Dubai stores. 1 to 3 Willow Lane, Huddersfield, HD1 6EB. And off we go. Right. Item 5, questions to the licensing officer to outline the licensing officer. Can I ask you to outline the application, please?
Thank you, Chair. On the 30th of January 2025, the Licensing Department received an application from West Yorkshire Police for a review of the premises licence at Dubai Stores, 1 to 3 Willow Lane, Huddersfield, HD1 6EB. This review was submitted under Section 1 of the Licensing Act 2003. A copy of the review application can be found in Appendix A. A copy of the premises licence can be found in Appendix B. The applicant has also provided some supplementary information that the following licensing objectives are not being met. They are the prevention of crime and disorder, followed by public safety, as well as protection of children from harm. I can confirm consultation has taken place in accordance with the requirements set out in the Licensing Act 2003. I can also confirm that no other representations been received for responsible authorities and members of the public during the 28-day consultation period. Members also need to consider the statutory guidance issued by the Secretary of State under Section 182 of the Licensing Act 2003. As the representation relate to 3 of the licensing objectives, members are drawn to Section 2 of this guidance. The relevant sections of the guidance can be seen at Appendix C. When determining the application, members, having had regard to the representation, may have to take such steps as they consider appropriate for the promotion of the licensing objectives. The steps are: when determining the application, members, having regard to any representations, may take such steps as they consider appropriate for the promotion of the licensing objectives. These steps are: A. Modify the conditions of the premises licence, which includes adding new conditions or any alteration or omission of an existing condition. B. Exclude a licensable activity from the scope of the licence. C. Remove the designated premises supervisor. D. Suspend the licence for a period not exceeding 3 months. Finally, E. Revoke the licence. Members may decide that no steps are required as there is no negative impact on the promotion of the licensing objectives and therefore no alteration to the existing licence is needed. For your information, Chair and your colleagues, since the review application was received, a transfer of a premises licence has taken place. As the new licensee has vested interest in the outcome of this licensing hearing, he has been invited to attend today.
Craig, members, have you any questions to ask of the licensing officer?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay, thank you. I am sorry. Can I invite the applicant's PC, Richard Woodhead, to outline the review application, please?
Thank you, Chair. What I think I should say to start with, though, is that this gentleman in question is the new premise licence holder. He has been involved in the business, been ran from day one, week one. The previous premise licence holder was his wife. So what they've done is they've just swapped the licence over for the benefit of this hearing. So my reference will be to a female premise licence holder, but it is his wife. So I just want to clear that up before we start, Chair. The shop and the staff have demonstrated they have no regard for current licensing objectives. In February 2024, they sold alcohol to persons under the age of 18, where a warning letter was issued by West Yorkshire Police. In November 2024, I myself carried out test purchases on behalf of Trading Standards for illegal tobacco, and I managed to purchase illegal cigarettes from the shop. In January 2025, Trading Standards visited the shop where non-duty paid tobacco products were found again. They were in the licensed area and they were seized by officers. So Dubai Stores on Willow Lane has three serious breaches of the licensing objectives within the last 12 months. On the 13th of February 2024, a test purchase operation was set up by West Yorkshire Police using underage police cadets with an age range of 16 to 17. They were instructed that if they were challenged on their age, they had to be truthful. They were instructed that if they were asked for ID, they would say, no, we haven't any. 2 of the police cadets entered the shop and purchased a pre-mixed Malibu and Coke, as well as a bottle of dark fruit cider. The cadets left the store and PC Katie Swift and myself entered the shop and told the lady behind the counter that she'd failed a test purchase. We informed the person behind the counter that the premise licence holder would be informed along with the DPS. A warning letter was issued dated the 22nd of February 2024. We then returned to the shop and gave them age verification posters such as the Challenge 25 promotion. On the 13th of November 2024, a test purchase operation was carried out by myself on behalf of West Yorkshire Trading Standards to gather intelligence on shops retailing illegal tobacco across the Fartown and Bradley area. I went into Dubai's store and asked if they'd got any cheap cigarettes. I was sold 20 Marlboro Gold for £7. The current retail price for Marlboro Gold, I believe, is around £14 a packet. We decided then that we would not issue any further warning letters or take any further action because we knew that Trading Standards were planning to visit within the next 6 to 8 weeks. On the 15th of January 2025, Trading Standards and West Yorkshire Police attended Dubai stores. They carried out a search of the premises and they found 12 packets of cigarettes, pouches of hand-rolling tobacco, illegal vapes, and 147 pouches of shisha tobacco. All these were in the licensed area, and the products were all seized and taken by Trading Standards. The lady behind the counter, I would put her in her mid-30s, stated when she was interviewed that she was being paid about £55 an hour. And she was, sorry, not £55 an hour, she was being paid £55 a week, cash in hand. Yeah, no, it's the way I've written it down, sorry. And she was doing 8-hour shifts, so this equates roughly to £6.87 an hour. And I think the current minimum wage for a person over 21 is £12.21 an hour. So they are also breaking employment law. What I have done is I attached the letter from Mr. Jason Bethel as well, who's from Trading Standards, and I'd let him deliver his own part of this. But if you have any questions, Chair, please ask me now. Thank you.
Colleagues, have you any questions to ask the officer?
Not from me, it all seems very clear.
Can you confirm just how many warning letters?
They had one warning letter given after the failed test purchase for the illegal sale of alcohol. When I went back in November, we didn't issue a warning letter because we didn't want them to be aware that Trading Standards were coming very shortly afterwards.
Jason?
Thank you. I'll just expand on a few points that Richard has. So we conducted, after receiving complaints about the sale of illegal tobacco by Dubai stores, we conducted an inspection visit there on the 15th of January. Working by the store, there was one female staff member there, so we introduced herself to her, and hung right in front of her behind the counter was a bag containing 12 packets of illegal cigarettes. Just upon examining the cigarettes, there was 6 packets, half the cigarettes were what we call business royals. These are what we call an illicit white brand. They're made in places far away like Dubai with little regulation for the illegal market. So there's no legitimate market, there's no excise stamp, no excise duty has been paid on these anywhere in the world. They're purely an illicit brand made by criminal gangs basically far away. 6 of the packets were the Marlboro Touch were from Turkey, so by the excise stamp on. Now, the average price in Turkey is about £1.20 compared to the £16.50 here. Bought in bulk, about 60 pence a packet. So there's a lot of smuggling from which is just beyond our borders once you bring it into the EU. So you've got illicits from Dubai, genuine smuggle, duty-free from Turkey, and the hand-rolling tobacco, I believe, to be counterfeit. It was called the Vintage New Brand, but clearly wasn't to their standard. That's made in some illicit factory, normally within Europe, often Eastern Europe or possibly in the UK. So you've got all three types of criminal products in this small bag hung behind the counter. It's run this trade, you can see from all over the world, it's by international criminal gangs. That is the scale of it, and as soon as you buy these products from these gangs and bring them into your store and start selling them, you become part of this criminal network. That is the level of it. It's basically a global crime. Just want to highlight that. Also in there, so moving the cigarettes, the illegal tobacco was the disposal of electronic vapes. You're only allowed 2 millilitres of liquid, nicotine-containing liquid in the vapes. It's designed to stop people inhaling too much nicotine, basically, which is a big problem. There's a lot of people heavily addicted to these, and nicotine itself is very poisonous. So you've got, again, a breach of this regulation, which is causing harm, basically. It's putting unsafe products onto the market, people exposing themselves to too much nicotine. Also in the store was shisha tobacco. Now shisha, the young lady in the store said these were for sale at about £10 a packet. It is an excise product, so these are excise payable about £180 per kilogram. So the excise duty alone, if these are 100-gram bags, is about £18. So you can't sell these products at £10 a packet when you should be paying £18 excise duty on them. They're also subject to the plain packaging, and warning regulations, there should be plain package the same colour as cigarettes and have health warnings on in English. They didn't have these, they're clearly just smuggled foreign products. And finally, was the out-of-date stock in the store. One of the police officers walked around the store and there was a lot of out-of-date stock. We highlighted the big one there, which is milk formula. It passed an expiry date on it of 13th of March 24, so it was 10 months past its expiry date. So I mean, we don't have an expiry date in this country. It's obviously, again, goods from a foreign market. We have best before and use by. So an expiry date is like a best before. So it should still be safe, but well past. It's prime, basically. Bear in mind, it's for a toddler. And this was 10 months past its prime. And should not be just on sale. It should be marked up, clearly marked up, past its best before date. And made that clear to customers it was not. There was many items past their use-by date in this store which they were told to take off sale. It suspects me that the main trade in this store isn't the genuine stock. That's just been left there for window dressing, well past its use-by date, and the main trade is illicit trading. Yeah, thank you. That's yeah. Anything else, please?
Colleagues, have you got any questions for Jason?
No, not from me, thank you.
All right, thank you.
No.
I now invite, I'm going to ask, now invite you to it. Have you any questions that you'd like to ask the officers, Mr. Kareem? Put your mic on, please.
Yeah, can we discuss about the things that they mentioned for finding in the shop, or do you want us to ask a question?
Have you any questions to what the officer found regarding what they found in the shop?
Well,
about the illegal tobacco, etc.
Yeah, ale oshani ke dozi to hamu kaçak bu çişte kile veremo.
همش وارده فقط به برادر يكون بو
Okay.
هنا على كده ده انا وتي هي موتي
Vale.
هنا دكان مدافع
Can I just say that if you haven't any questions to ask the officers, you will be given the opportunity to explain your case in a moment.
Oh, that's what he's trying to explain now. Yeah, sorry. No, we don't have any questions, but he was basically trying to explain what is happening
No questions.
with the stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So now then is your opportunity to address the committee, to tell them what actually happens and what you're doing in Dubai stores.
Yeah. Mentioning the cigarette, he said that the cigarette wasn't mine. It was someone that left it there that was going to come back for it. But then unfortunately, by the time he came back, it was already taken by the police.
بلا منك جرش فروشم لسمي زغبون دانا ناو بلا من لسمي زغدام ناو هل ما أصير بسمي زغيا بلا غير بنفروش دام شادو يا دام نان.
He's saying if I was trying to sell the cigarette, it'd be very silly for me just to have it on the table. I'd be hiding it. But it was actually on the table, so it wasn't something that I'm trying to sell, because if I was doing that, I would be hiding it and not leaving it on the table.
ولا ده باقت 15 باقت منانا ولا بس لي في جورا من أول خانة كانت تركشون يعنقلن باي بيستزاسي زاري أنا.
You see, and if I was trying to sell cigarette, why would I get 12 tobacco? Like, I would get big cases and have plenty of cigarette, not just having 12 packets, you know. What am I going to achieve from that? But he's saying that they was definitely not mine. He's saying I can even prove that it wasn't mine by the person that left it there, that he's willing to say, look, it wasn't his, but it was mine. He has already confirmed that with him, and he has asked him that if they want me to go down to the police station or even come down, I can definitely mention that it wasn't his, it was mine. And I left it there because I was going to come back for it, but by the time I came back, it was already taken.
بله جا درماني نلقى لكش بله حمود وكانك عن يفرش بله حمود وكانك شو هذا المفرش من نمزاني ولي كلا نفي بقشونا أو إيش
And relating to the vape, he's saying the reason I've got vape in my shop is because every shop around me, they all sell vapes. And in my eyes, I thought, if they're going to sell it, why can I not sell it? What is the reason for me not to sell it? That's the reason I was selling it. He said, but I wasn't aware that it was illegal at the time when I had it in my shop. And then now that they confirmed that it was illegal, ever since then, I haven't got any of them in my shop. The ones that I've got in my shop right now is the ones that have been committed, saying that they are legal to be sold in the shop, and not like the ones before.
جا شيرة كش لما سربوا ميتي في كابره هنا شش دانا ولا بوكسيكا باشا ولا أو يقدواني إكسبير بو نمبيني ولا جيرو بو ولا دامنا ولا قبله.
Relating to the milk, he's saying the milk that I get in the shop is not something that I go down and buy myself. It get dropped off by this person from a warehouse in Manchester. And as far as we've been dealing with this company, they've never ever sent us something that was out of date. Because of that, when the item comes, it's in a box. We don't open the boxes and check every date of them to see what date they expired. And that is the reason that one of them was expired. But it was hard for us to tell because it was at the bottom of the box. And that was the reason that we didn't check it, because we trusted this company and we have dealt with them a lot of time before. We've never had any issues with them. And we assumed that when they send something out, it'd be definitely checked by them to make sure that everything is correct. And that's why we didn't check it.
بله درباري وآفرتش كعليه عليه ونيشي كيلو 50 باوني هذا بله آفرت 3 ساعات 3 ساعات ونيشي قبل 5 باوني
Relating to the payment of the lady that works there, the gentleman mentioned that she was getting £55, but that is definitely not correct. Yes, she does get £55. That is definitely correct, but not for 8 hours work. She only works there 3.5 hours to 4 hours every day. And the reason that she said that she works there full day, she was just panicking. She didn't know what to say. But she definitely doesn't not work 8 hours a day by getting £55. Sorry, my mistake. It wasn't 4. It was 5 hours work, not 4 hours work.
Thank you very much. Colleagues? Councillor Riley.
Good morning. Can I ask you how you managed to be selling alcohol to underage persons?
He's saying I've never sold anything to underage myself. It was the lady that was working there that did it. But unfortunately, the box that the the person picked up was a small can. By looking at it, you think it might be some sort of drink like Coke or Fanta, and that's why she was a bit not aware that it was alcohol and it wasn't not a normal drink. After that session, they have been coming 3-4 times after that, doing exactly the same thing, but obviously the lady knew that that is alcohol and is not some sort of normal drink, so she has always been asking for IDs from them.
Thank you. Have you any supplementaries?
No, thank you.
Donna?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. You said the lady that works for you, did you say she works 5 hours a day? If so, how many days in a week?
لسيما غريب جاري رجع يشكي لكم ما قد إني معيد ما بيشتغل لجنا هر ساعات شقة تيجي
هذا أو بير ساعات تشرش إيش كابوتو هم روجك
نبارت تايم شقة حفتي شوار بين روجي شقة شوار روجي شقة لا ببي شقة.
It depends on how busy he is himself is by doing cash carries and all that, but majority of the times is 3 to 4 days in the week.
Can you turn your microphone on, please? Now the applicants have the opportunity to ask questions of the objectors.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah. I'd just like to say that the excuse that the cigarettes were somebody else's who'd bought them and left them in the shop. Well, my test purchase that I did on the 13th of November, I went into the shop and physically bought cigarettes myself. So somebody may have accidentally left 200 Marlboro there on counter. But on the 13th of November, I was sold illegal cigarettes from there. And when Mr. Bethel visited again, illegal cigarettes were found. The gentleman in question says that if he was to sell illegal cigarettes, that he would have got a lot of illegal cigarettes and had them stashed all over the business. But, sorry, yeah, but what I'm going to ask, sorry, okay, yeah. In that case, no, the only question I would have is, they said about the Malibu tin looking like a tin of pop, but the other sale was a bottle of cider. Can you recall that?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. The lady has mentioned that she wasn't aware of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think at the time when they have come, that lady was a new worker there. So she didn't know a lot of the rules. But what he's saying, after that first time, she has always made sure that when they come, because they have been coming, they have been coming 2 times after that, and they've done exactly the same thing. But obviously she knew that she has to ask for ID, which she has done. Yeah, he's in that mistake. I know it was a big mistake by her doing it, but me myself, I haven't done anything like this ever since I've been in that shop. And obviously I'm very aware that if someone comes in the shop and they are under the age, I will definitely ask for ID. But unfortunately at that occasion, I wasn't there. It was the worker that was there. And she made a mistake by being a new person to the shop. But ever since that accident, she has learned a lot. And she definitely knows now that she cannot sell any alcohol to underage.
Not from me, Chair.
No, Chair, thank you.
So, can I ask the applicants to sum up today, please? It's the opportunity of the applicants, first of all.
Thank you, Chair. Just very briefly going over the statement that the gentleman in question asked or posed about illegal cigarettes. The way that things are done nowadays is they never keep a lot of illegal cigarettes in the shop because they know if trading standards come, they lose the whole lot. They will take about 12 packets of cigarettes into the shop, leave them behind the counter. When they've sold those 12, they go out to a car that's locked on a side street and then get another 12 out of the vehicle. It's a constant cycle, but they never then lose large amounts of tobacco. And just another point that I'd like to get over is they said that the cigarettes were somebody else's in the shop, but yet in November I purchased cigarettes myself from there. So in summary, I would just like to remind the panel that the decision you reach today will send a strong message out to all the businesses across Kirklees. If you decide to revoke, then it shows that Kirklees will not tolerate illegal activities taking place in licensed premises. It also sends a powerful message to the people of Kirklees that their health is of great consideration. A lot of illegal tobacco products are mixed with products that are extremely detrimental to a person's health. However, if the panel do fail to remove the premise licence for this business, the message is that it is all right to sell illegal tobacco. The actions that you take today, even if you do decide to remove the premise licence, that will not close the business. All it will do is cease alcohol sales, which to me is a luxury for businesses nowadays. So that basically is my summary, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I don't think there's no need for me to summarise what's been applied for on this review application, as it's just been discussed at length. However, to confirm, there has been no representations received during the consultation period. Today you have heard the case for the review by West Yorkshire Police and the Trading Standards Officer involved in the review. I now invite the panel to determine the application. Thank you, Chair.
Mr. Karim, you've got the opportunity to sum up now. I mean, you've heard the officers, the licensing officers, the police, the trading standards. They've come back and summed up the case against you.
Yeah.
So you've got to convince us why we should let you continue in any shape or form.
Yeah, to be honest, when the officer said that he has been inside the shop and bought a fake cigarette from themselves, I asked him that question. He said that's never correct. I've never seen him coming inside the shop and buying a fake cigarette. I don't know if I misunderstood it wrong or...
It's fine. Every time I've been in your shop, that gentleman's never been present. It's always been the lady with the blonde hair who's, I believe, Eastern European.
So, all right, so he's not the one that was there. Allah mujarakatum bo shopaka kamashum kriwa rasaki amnabua bas afataka liyabua.
أخذ شيء رمال جارم كريو.
Did you mention illegal cigarette that you bought from that lady or? Sorry.
You have to sum up. It's not an opportunity to question and answer. That's gone.
Okay.
You've got to sum up the
Allah to hazaki cheaply.
objections to this hearing today and why we shouldn't be taking any action against
Allah bochi amro emma priznaka laisaka latorgino chiste kete agad priznaka em laisaka logino bochi. Bola saka dukana kat bom masum saka.
الدكان قال هذا سيمبل بس راسه من تباعك تبقى غلط بو نمزانيو بجاري كنا نفوش مداينا أنا بجاري كاتلي أبو حقيقة لا يسقبره.
He's basically saying that, fair enough, the thing that they have found in the shop was illegal. Not that I was aware of it. a lot of the item that was be taken, and the cigarette wasn't mine cigarette neither. But he's saying I can definitely promise yourself now, from now on, if anything goes wrong, obviously it's my fault, because I know definitely now what is not right and what is right. So that's the only thing I can say now. But ever since that they've been inside the shop, I haven't gone anywhere near anything illegal that I know of, and I'm definitely keeping that up to date. I definitely wouldn't go near anything that is not right for the shop.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Could I ask both applicants and objectors to leave the chamber, please, while we consider what we're going to do? I thank everyone for your attendance today. The panel has reached a decision, which I'm going to read out to you. At today's hearing, the panel considered both verbally and in writing information which outlined an application for a review under S51 of the Licensing Act 2003 in respect of premises known as Dubai Stores, 1 to 3 Willow Lane, Huddersfield, HD1 6EB. In reaching its decision, the panel has due regard to the provisions of the Licensing Act 2003. The statutory guidance issued under Section 182 of the Act, the Council's Statement of Licensing Policy and the relevant provisions of the Human Rights Act. Thank you. The panel also considered the representation received from West Yorkshire Police and Trading Standards in respect of the following licensing objectives: public safety, prevention of crime and disorder, prevention of children from harm. Therefore, in respect of the aforementioned application, the panel has decided to revoke the licence. The reasons for the panel's decision are that the licence holder has had no regard to the licensing objectives in respect of public safety, prevention of crime and disorder, and prevention of harm to children. The panel believes that revoking the licence is appropriate and proportionate in other circumstances due to the disregard of the licence holder to the aforementioned licensing objectives. You will receive the decision of the panel in writing in the next few days. Did you understand what that meant?
Yes, so revoke. Does that mean that you lost the license?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, then I go with that now.
And thank you for your attendance today. The meeting is closed. Thank you.
Can I just